Yes, man. Yes, we needed that one, man. Especially like with all that's been happening or going off the pitch, with the Mo Salah situation, and then Jamie Carragher on Monday wanted to drop his 2p on what he thought about the situation. You have the FSG with the Salah and the Sporting rights and slot pressure. With the lack of results, all of that nonsense, right? Like with what's been going on off the pitch, we needed that one. That was a good result, especially in the Champions League in a competition where our status is kind of there's a lot of uncertainty around our position in the Champions League. You know, to come away with a 1-0 win at the San Siro is vital. Like that's huge. Like that's a massive result because even coming into the game, I would have thought a draw away to the San Siro would have been like a good, valuable point. So for us to come out of it with, 3 points in the bag, putting us into the top 8, man, like it's huge. Again, because those doubts around the Champions League, a lot of people are currently focused on our league form with every right to, right? Because we've been stinking up the gaff over there. But it's like the Champions League, that's the one competition where, yes, probabilities might be low, but we're still in it to win it. But we kind of needed to, make sure that our position, to make sure our chances of qualifying for the knockouts was in good faith, was in good stead, right? And we done that today with a 1-0 win. Looking at the first half, I felt like the whole game, in my opinion, we looked more defensively solid. It looked like everyone had their back in this one. And it still wasn't back to like our best defensively. I still feel like we had maybe one or two moments, especially Konate, where it was a bit iffy at times. But really, man, apart from that, I just felt like we definitely did look a bit more solid defensively. And it's crazy. Like, it's funny when you bring Joe Gomez back into the team, we're gonna look a bit more solid. We've looked solid again, right? So, man, I just hope that, I know with Gomez, there's always a scale of like an injury issue arising, but I just feel like, it's time for the guy to have a run of games, obviously manage his minutes and whatnot, but we do kind of need to see Gomez, especially with what's been going on. We are conceding a lot of chances, like very weak or very unstable defensively at the moment. So, yeah, I would love to see Gomez have a good run of games now. Other than that, though, Konate's goal got disallowed. To be fair, guys, if we are being fair, that was the right decision. That was a handball, in my opinion. Yeah. And then from the first half, not much was really going on. It was a bit even, both teams kind of figuring each other out, feeling each other out. But the second half, yeah, that's where the difference kind of happened with the substitutions. I thought the substitutions slot made were very good, and both of them, in my opinion, were the two biggest substitutions that had the biggest impact on the game. Was Florian Wirtz and Conor Bradley. Like, when those two guys, when they came on, they definitely changed the game, in my opinion. I felt like the game we kind of started to expand our game a bit. Conor Bradley making those runs on the outside, and he was just, making runs throughout the entire game. And I even caught him making runs centrally as well, where I think he had like a combination of passes or give and go. I think it was either with Soboslai and Wirtz, and he found himself in the middle where he laid it off for Ekitike, and then Ekitike just took too many touches where I felt like he could have fired it off, but I felt like, yeah, Conor Bradley made the difference. And Florian Wirtz as well. Florian Wirtz was making good passes, good threatening passes, putting himself into pockets and spaces, and just trying to make something happen. So I feel like those two guys, in my opinion, definitely made a change, and we scored the goal. Listen, penalty. If you guys ask me again, listen, we need anything we could take right now, but in my opinion, that was not a penalty. I do feel like Inter got a bit hard on by, but listen, again, like I said, like the situation that we're in, we need anything. Like, I would have taken anything. Like, so Soboslai steps up for the penalty and he just slots it. No real questions around that. Just slots it with pace and power to the goalkeeper's right, and then we find ourselves 1-0 up, and then from there, over recent weeks we've been finding ourselves stressing, like fighting for our lives because, because of how we're holding leads and how we've been at the back. We've been so unstable. I kind of got a bit of PTSD. Yeah. I was a bit worried, of course, like I have been with the other games. And I'm kind of justified too, because it's like we've been leaking so many goals, and when we went 1-0 up, I just felt like, oh man, this is gonna be a repeat of Leeds, a repeat of, you know what I mean, the other games that we've been in, a repeat of Chelsea and all of that. Like I thought it was gonna be a repeat of that, but yeah, no, it wasn't. And like I said earlier on, I said defensively today we were very solid, and even when we went 1-0 up, we made sure that we came out of Italy, right? Out of the San Siro with the 3 points in the bag. And listen, going to the San Siro, it ain't easy, That's like San Siro is one of the territories of a Yonko, you feel me? San Siro, that's a historically rich stadium that has massive aura. So for us to go there, and get 3 points, it was incredible. That's like, bro, Blackbeard, the Beehive. You feel me? Like going there to catch going there to catch a Kobe. We catch a Kobe and let's just get the hell out of there, bro. That's all we need to do. We didn't really come here to play our best football, to come here and bop into Milan off the park. We just came here to get the result, do what we have to do, and get the hell out of there, bro. And that's what we've done, in my opinion, the 1-0 win. And again, it puts us in like 8th position in the Champions League. So it kind of sets us up nicely with the remaining fixtures we have. Karabag and is it Marseille? So Marseille one, that could be a bit tricky. Not gonna lie, that could be a bit tricky because Marseille is a very good team, and I've been seeing that they are in form in France. So that could be one where we could drop points. But Karabag, listen, with all that we've been through this season, I don't want to say that's an easy 3 points, but you are expecting us not to lose sleep with that one. But yeah, like if we could get a draw, actually, I kind of think that the way the Champions League is at the moment, we might need to win both games. But I think a draw against Marseille and a win against Karabag would put us in a very good position. If not to qualify, it will put us in a high seeding for the playoffs. But we don't really want playoffs. We kind of want to qualify automatically, right? But that's that though with the Champions League qualifications. But in terms of like going forwards, yeah, man. Hopefully, this kind of boosts the morale in the team. Like a big win in the Champions League against a very good opposition, should kind of, I don't want to say belief, but like, kind of bring something to look forward to. Kind of bring something good to use going forward to that kind of spur us to kind of hope for change, really, to get out of this bad run we've been in, to break the rut that we've had, and especially like all the noise that's been happening off field. Yeah, man, this is a great win for the fans, for the players, for everyone involved, man. We just kind of needed to get back to winning ways, to kind of block out the noise with what's been going on. But yeah, man, I want to talk about the sad situation, but I don't want to really talk about it though, because it's about the win today. So yeah, how you guys feeling for Brighton though on a Saturday? Because Brighton, that's a banana skin right there. Like, we are the home team. I'm expecting us to, I think we'll win, because we should be at home, kind of want to put things right with the home fans coming off a big Champions League win. So hopefully, like, if there's any little momentum there, we could take that momentum to the Brighton game. And then, yeah, man. But yeah, again, 1-0 win against Inter Milan, a very needed win in this crucial, cloudy, foggy time that we're